What's going on, guys? Today we've got an amazing episode with Darius Dale, the founder and CEO of 42 Macro. We talk tariffs, what's going on with risk assets. Was it a mistake? What's going to happen next? And Darius, he lays it on. Is this the blue collar industry versus Wall Street? Who's going to win? We got it all covered today. Here's my latest conversation with Darius Dale. All right, Darius, I thought the best place to start is with the main show. The Super Bowl of all of capitalism is Main Street versus the blue collar businesses. This feels like all my friends in finance, they hate tariffs. They think this is the dumbest policy they've ever heard of. A lot of the people I know in the industrial manufacturing industry, they're pretty excited about it. There was a guy from Marlin Steel. He's a CEO. He was on the floor of the factory on CNN holding up a basket saying Trump is going to level the playing field. And he seemed really excited. What is going on here? Why are there two different factions?
Yeah, great question. And thanks for having me as always. Great to be here, especially during such a trying time. The reason there are two factions is because we were exiting a game, a paradigm whereby the winners of the game were people who most benefited from globalization and that geopolitical world order. And we're likely headed to a paradigm where the winners of the game are the people who benefit from more regionalized, localized, factors of production. And so that's why you see this sort of debate between Wall Street and Main Street, because Wall Street exists to find profits, to find productivity, and ultimately the best way that they figured out, quite possibly in history, was globalization, right? You basically reduce the largest cost of largest input cost for most production, which is labor. You found a way to spread those costs around the world and ultimately lower costs and create a significant positive shock to corporate profits. My favorite chart, which you guys will put up while we're talking, is the chart that shows labor versus capital. It has corporate profits as a share of gross domestic income up at 14% relative to a long-term mean data back to the 40s or 50s of about 9%. And then we have labor share of national income, which is somewhere around 51, 52% compared to a long-run mean of about 56, 57%. Now, the deviations from those means doesn't sound like a lot. It's like 500 basis points. But 500 basis points effectively equates to about $1.5 trillion of lost income that's going from the household sector to corporate profits every year. That's about, let's call it 11% of the median, 13% of the median income. And it's roughly about, $11,000 per private sector employee. So basically every American household with two working people is losing about $25,000 a year as a function of globalization. And that's why the entire electoral college map was red from sea to shining sea.
Now, I agree with that. And I think that Wall Street doesn't understand it. I, for a whole different reason, have spent the last 2 years talking to a lot of people in the industrial manufacturing space. I've gone to these businesses. I've walked the factory floors. I've met the